Sweeter Beat Production.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, my ascended masters. Welcome, all my people, my seekers, my human beings that are seeking love. It is another beautiful morning here in Navajo Lake Lodge. We're out here again in nature, absorbing the love and the energy that Mother Nature has to offer. Today we are talking about why starting out something small can make the wildest of dreams become reality. So, why is this? This all relates back to the subconscious mind. If you are doing things, no matter how small, on a daily basis, these things will eventually accumulate into something spectacular. So, for example, when I was in North Carolina, I had no idea what I was going to be doing here on the West Coast. All I knew that I was wanting to work on myself and do self-work to where I could have the mental capacity and ability to go through whatever it was that was coming my way, and to manifest my ultimate dreams and realities and things that I would love to experience on a daily basis. So I started doing meditations every day. I started going inward. I started doing research, and these meditations weren't that crazy in the beginning, but they grew bigger and bigger and bigger. And that is the thing with the how the subconscious mind works. You have to start out with something small. Even the little bit of writing I am affirmations just 3 times a day is just plenty enough. That all you need to make that bit of difference in your life, to create the momentum to get it going. So this channeler, trance channeler, Abraham Hicks, her name is Esther, but Abraham Hicks is who comes through. So she said that if you can focus on a thought, something abundant, amazing that you want to experience. Now mine's driving supercars and Lamborghinis, things like that. Just a fantasy and a dream of mine that I've had since I was a kid, but now it's not a fantasy or even a dream. It's a reality. I'm not asleep anymore in this reality. I'm not dreaming. I am manifesting. I'm creating, right? I'm living in this real ultimate reality right now, because the ultimate reality that I'm living in is this journey right now, right? So the journey is why it is so amazing. It's like you don't let your journey define who you are, because the journey is becoming who you are, right? So Abraham Hicks said, if you can hold a thought for one minute on something, then that is enough thought power and momentum to actually start to get that moving, right? To get you that whatever it is, to get it moving towards you, closer to you, right? The vibrations of law of attraction. Because if you can hold that thought, and what happens is like this. So you're just thinking there, and then like, boom, here comes the thought of like, oh, but I got so and so, and they don't believe in me. That blocks the momentum, right? So these are daily things that you have to understand to get rid of, right? Because these are things that on the daily will keep you from your goals and objectives on the daily, right? So it's really simple. All you got to do is just kind of do a little bit of research, do a little bit of inward searching on what you desire, what is resonating with your spirit, right? And there's a lot of things that we're going to go through in this life when we're creating the small things to become something huge. Like for me, coming out here in the mornings, meditating and doing my breath work, right? So I come out here and I have a whole setup over here, and I've kind of been wondering, I'm like, I wonder if anyone's going to mess with it because it just looks cool. And sure enough, I come over here and I have these like the 2 sticks that kind of have this like, I don't know, they give me a feeling of like I'm in this vortex, right, that I've created here. And I got rocks like around me, and I sit right in the middle of the rocks. So I come here and the sticks are gone. I'm just like, oh. And I could feel the old Nathaniel creeping in, wanting to get insanely just frustrated, because I'm like, I did this for a reason. I did this because I want to create this vortex of my energy and void of building and self-development and and whatnot, and all these excuses, right? The excuses that can keep you from your destiny, the excuses that hold you to the old subconscious you, the excuses that will never allow you to be this loving, positive being. So if you are able to do these things on a daily basis, eventually they will grow stronger and stronger and stronger. And then when you start thinking about that thought of you in your beautiful house, or you on vacation traveling the world, when you start thinking of these thoughts are not going to not resonate. They're going to resonate. And they're going to bring you joy within, to where you'll actually be matching the resonance of that real present future reality, or future present, right? Because everything in the future is happening right now, right? In a parallel reality, everything's happening right now. So I call future present, right? Because to focus on the future as if it's the future, right, can bring a subconscious detachment from that actual reality, because it's so far in the future. But if you attach parallels and realities, and that you are a multi-dimensional being, that you can shift realities, right? And I'll get into that too later on how you can shift realities, and to get closer of what you want. But forgot where I was going with that. But if you do these things on a daily, then they will grow, and those thoughts will be easier and easier to hold. That vibration will grow higher and higher and higher, and then that law of attraction will start manifesting those things that you need to manifest the ultimate reality desire, right? So whatever that is, you have to resonate with it, which means daily practices and researching things to where you can apply these new things into action. Things that I'm telling you guys, apply these things into your life, into action. And these are little key points that you can help keep yourself on track on a daily. Like, if you can't hold a thought for 1 minute, like if you keep getting distracted by the lack that you have in your life, because that's the thing, what you focus on is what's going to be created in your reality. The universe is going to give that to you, right? The source creator is going to give you that. It's going to manifest it. So don't focus on the negative. Start focus on these positive things in your life, and allow that thought to grow more and more and more strong. And then before you know it, it's going to become something physically within, which is an emotion. And then once it becomes physically within, then you apply it into the physical reality, and you become physical action, right? And then from there is when things will really start to become dreamy, and reality will really become crazy. So to give you an example, as I'm working on myself and I come to the West Coast, me and Mark were in LA, and we had no idea what we were going to do because it was expensive. And so what we did was we ended up meeting this guy who came up to us and said, hey, he was an artist. He said, hey, I'm an artist. I go back and forth from LA to Vegas, and was wondering if you guys wanted to write. I'm like, what do you know? What? We were just talking about, going to Vegas. So we said, sure. We go to Vegas. Long story short, we get there at like 4 in the morning or something crazy, some crazy time. And we only have like, I don't even know. We basically didn't have enough money to get there. We had to make these stops to like Walmart and cash our change out. Long story short, we give the guy money for gas, and I had to go back to the guy and say, hey man, it's $50 for a night, and we've only got $50, but we need it's like an extra 10 or something for the remote or whatever. I don't know what they do. So we need another 10. And I had to go out there and say, hey man, can you throw us a 10? So he threw us a 20. He threw us a 20 back, and I believe we gave him $60, and he gave us the 20 back. And so that was a nice blessing. And as we're staying in the hotel, we go to leave and to dance and perform, make money, and our speaker dies. So we have to go walk 45 minutes back from the strip, and now we're in there and just kind of contemplating, what do we do? We're so exhausted, so we just said, screw it, we're just gonna sleep. We're just gonna sleep because we got there hella late, and then we get up, and now we're kind of like, what do we do? Because this is about, the lease is gonna, or not the lease, we're about to be checked out here, and we're gonna have to go. So what are we gonna do? And so we went out again. We came back, charged the speaker, went out again, and then didn't really make much. And so we just came back, and nobody came to the door or anything, because you gotta understand, we came there late that night, or early that morning, and then checkout's the next day. That did not happen to us, which was awesome. We actually got to stay there a whole nother night, and then the next day. So this is what happens. We go to the strip, and we're going to get some money from my buddy Mark's dad, because he's going to help us out. What we're going to do is we get like $200, and we're going to put that in somewhere to stay, to to where we have somewhere to stay and we can keep making the money and keep the flow going, right? That was the plan. So I'm standing there at Planet Hollywood, and Mark's like, all right, I'm going to go to Western Union at CVS or Walgreens, and I'm going to get this $200. So I was like, all right. So he goes to the Western Union to go get it, and I'm just chilling there, and this dude comes up to me, and he's like, hey man, he's like, you want any weed? And I'm good, man. I don't have no money for it, whatever. He's like, no, like just try this out, yo. And so, he gives me he rolls a blunt up for me, right? And as he's rolling this blunt up for me, I'm just like, what? This is crazy, because I enjoy smoking weed. You know, it brings me creativity in my mind, and I use it in a very productive manner. I don't use weed in a way to where it's like it's just making me chill, lazy, whatever. I definitely use it in a creative way, right? And sometimes I don't even feel like smoking, and I like the clear-headedness, so it's like I have found a happy balance in that reality, right? So I'm standing there, and he just gives me the blunt, and I'm smoking the blunt, and I go to hand it back to him. He's like, nah, keep it. So I had this whole blunt to myself, and I'm just like, okay, like, what am I gonna do? I guess I'm just gonna smoke this thing here. And so I just start smoking it. I'm chilling, and this is, for one, it's crazy because I'm smoking weed in public. Like, I don't even think it was legal in Vegas like that at the time, but it was insane. And so Mark's gone. He ends up coming back, and I'm like, bro, I got this blunt or whatever. Well, okay, hold on, strike that. Let me back up. The first time I was waiting there, I was just waiting, and he came back and was like, I forgot my wallet and my ID. Or he just forgot his ID. So he had to come back, get his ID. So it's already been like 30 minutes I was waiting. So he leaves, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. And that's when the dude approached me, and I was in a good energy, right? I was still happy. It was amazing. I'm in Vegas. I'm on the West Coast. My dreams are coming true. So I wasn't really tripping. And so I tell him, and tell Mark anything. So the guy, after this had all happened, and we're speed back up, the guy ends up just leaving, and I had the blunt in my hand. I'm just smoking it, so I'm just there. And then this other guy approaches me named Josh, and Josh asked me, "Hey man, can I hit that, and show you a few magic tricks?" And I'm like, "Dude," I was like, "I don't even care, man." I said, "I just got this for free." I was like, "You here?" I was like, "Do whatever you want to do." I was like, "Take your few hits, however many." I said, "I don't care. I'm great right now." I said, I said, "I definitely want to just see your magic, period." So he ends up showing me his magic. Blew my mind. And so we start smoking, and we're chatting. And then I still telling my story, and he's like, "Hey, I have an apartment that's down the street, literally down the street, like not even 2 miles down the street from the Las Vegas Strip, the main strip." I said, "No way." And he's like, "Yeah." Or in my head, I'm thinking, "No way, he's not about to say something about, hey, you can stay with me and whatever." No, it wasn't even like that. It was even better than that. He says, "I have an apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment, and I'm looking for someone to take over my lease. We are literally about to get $200, and we're going to put that towards somewhere where we could stay." I'm telling this dude, I said, "Bro," I said, "we have $200 that we're about to get right now," and I said, "I will give you all that money right now if we can just stay." I was like, "Dude, we are good people." I started going on and on, right? And he's like, all right, He said, "I'll show it to you," and he said, "Let's go." I said, wait. I said, "My buddy's getting back." I said, "He's going to give you the $200, and we're going to go check your apartment out." So we go to his, Mark comes back. Mark's mind's blown away because of how the synchronicity that he was supposed to forget his ID, because that was the divine timing in order to get us to where we were going to meet Josh. And Josh, in return, gave us an apartment. He let us take over his lease for 6 to 8 months or something like that, and just save our money to get another place. And we did. And now that is the thing, guys, is that because of all my small practices, that they were starting small, and they grew into something big, so big that I had enough power to control my emotions and be happy that I'm somewhere and grateful to be alive. And whatever it is at that time that I was just so abundantly grateful for, right? The fact that I'm jumping into the unknown, going for my dream, this all manifested. Being able to let go. I manifested Josh, in a sense. Me and Mark manifested him. It's kind of a team duo, because if he didn't leave or forget his ID, I would have never met Josh. I would have never, none of that would have happened, right? We never would have got the apartment. It would have been some rinky-dink like chapel hotel, you know, and that's what it would have been. So, guys, I want to tell you to stay positive in your day-to-day. Focus on what it is that you're desiring within, that burning desire that you have growing within, on the reasons on why you're doing your day-to-day tasks, and know that these things will grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it's going to consume your whole body and your energy, and it's going to be emanating out from you, and people are going to feel that, and the law of attraction is going to bring those things to you. So stay consistent, guys. It is the best thing you can do with consistency, and know that with consistency, no matter how small, even if it's a thought where you forgot to do something that is motivation, that is self-development, that is okay. That is enough to keep you on the track. If you keep forgetting, that's okay. As long as you're attaching that to the desire to want to actually change yourself, you will eventually have that action, and those thoughts of always forgetting and getting tired of forgetting will eventually turn into the action of wanting to change yourself. I love you guys. Stay happy, stay positive, stay loving. We'll see you next time. Peace.